You are now watching Fourth and Inches.
Alright, man, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Nick, representing 4th and Inches, back talking Georgia football. Let's get it.
I don't talk to him. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to them boys that sat on the benches. Boy, I was in the game on 4th and inches. Coach put me in the game on 4th and inches. Put me in the game on 4th and inches. Coach put me in the game on 4th and inches. And I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage.
Let's do the easy work first. We already know who's going to be starting in the middle. It's going to be Jamon Dumas Johnson and Smile Munden Jr. Yeah, I have a hard time saying this name. But anyway, those are your two remaining starters, from last year's team as far as the linebackers go. You also had Ryan Davis and Xavier Shorley see playing time. I anticipate that being the same, coming this year. With Tresman Marshall transferring out and going to Alabama, I look for Xavier Shorty to actually get even more playing time than he did last season. Now, the guys that are, gonna be kind of trying to fight for some of those second team reps are, the freshmen C.J. Allen, Raylan Wilson, and Troy Bowles. But they also gonna have to fight with redshirt freshman E.J. Lightsey. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go as far as the young guys go, but it is full of talent. At all four of those guys I just said have the talent to step in and play right now. So we'll see how that turns out. On the outside, of course, we got Chaz Chambliss back. It seems like he's been there forever, but he's only a junior, And when Nolan Smith went out last season after the Florida game, it was pretty much Chaz Chambliss and Robert Beal sharing the snaps at that outside linebacker position, at the jack position, if you will. Robert Beal has gone on to the league, and so has Nolan Smith. So Chaz Chambliss is the old man in the room. Now behind him or alongside him, you have Marvin Jones Jr., who is actually out for spring practice. So that's gonna kind of hurt a little bit, as far as his development goes. But you also had Darius Smith, who's a redshirt freshman who is going to be able to who should be able to capitalize on the absence of Marvin Jones Jr. and soak up some of those extra reps, and hopefully he can develop into the pass rusher that everybody believes he can be. At 6'6", about 230. To me, he puts me in the mind of a Leonard Floyd, especially a young Leonard Floyd. Tall, lanky, speed guy out the edge. So we'll see how that works out for him. Jalen Walker, who is technically listed as an inside linebacker, but he got a lot of burn last year in the pass rushing sets coming off the edge, basically being that extra rusher on pass rushing downs. I look for them to continue to do that. They had success doing that, so I don't see them changing that whatsoever. And maybe he'll move, full time to one of those outside positions, either the Jack or the Sam. They kind of changed it up how they play the defense. Their defense is not a traditional 3-4 anymore. They really playing more of a, I don't know, kind of a 3-3-5 set, but the outside linebacker walked up, so it's more like a 4-2 formationally, and then passing downs, I see they run almost like a 1-5-5 prowl. If y'all remember the old Madden set, that's kind of what their defense looks like at times. But we'll see how that goes, though. They're gonna definitely put speed on the field, and he has it in spades. Now, the two true freshmen at the outside linebacker spot, well, actually three, but you have Damon Wilson Jr., Salmon Pemba, and Gabe Harris, and they're extremely different. Gabe Harris is more of a speed rusher. He kind of reminds me of maybe Michael Williams, but maybe a little smaller than Michael Williams. But he is a similar type of pass rusher, where Salmon Pemba is just straight raw. Like Salmon Pemba is bigger. He's a thicker body guy. He's probably closer to 250, but he's just raw. Like he just moved to the edge position. I believe they said before last season. So he's still learning the position, but he's just pure raw talent. Whereas Damon Wilson is more refined, more experienced as a pass rusher and a run stopper. So they're different styles, but there's places for all three styles to fit on this Georgia defense. So with the outside linebacker spot being so kind of, so thin in front of them, I look for all three of those guys to push for some playing time. Whether they get in on, super meaningful snaps early in the season, maybe not. But toward the end of the season, I look for at least one of those guys to crack the rotation and be in. And that's another thing to be accounted for is injury. Because if anybody gets hurt in front of them, it's definitely going to be on them to step up and take some of those playing snaps. You know, I look for all of these guys, inside and outside backers, to show out on special teams, especially the young guys. If you really want to get on the field at Georgia, especially playing a linebacker position, corner, receiver, any skill position whatsoever. Special teams is going to be the first place you can get on the field as a young guy because the depth is so crazy at every position. It's hard to just crack the lineup, but you can always get on special teams. And when you get on special teams, you go out there, you ball out. I guarantee you it'll help you get on the field at whatever your position is. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up too long. That was just my update on the outside linebacker position. We're gonna stay tuned all spring to see how it turns out, see who makes any moves as far as the depth chart goes. And I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Till next time, peace.